You are thrown awake by the thundering of drums. You rush to the balcony high above the castle as you hear people begin to scream and the sound of armor clamor below. As your eyes slowly adjust to the bright morning sun, you see a sea of towers, siege equipment, fire, and all manner of creatures. Time slows as you mentally fade from shock. The drums become louder, louder, and louder. The next 24 hours will decide your fate. War has just begun.
My favorite memories of board games are those of my most epic losses and triumphant wins. Most of us have memories of Family Monopoly, the ethically challenged banker, and all of us deciding should we declare bankruptcy to end a 4-hour game. Those are the kind of stories that make us come back for more. And despite being an avid board gamer of the last decade, those stories have become less and less common for me. Today, I want to share with you how great game design creates great stories. Unlike a book, board games help players write the stories themselves. While some games like Story Dice take this literally, most use a clever set of decisions and mechanics to help drive the story forward. From my experience, these types of things can be fit into one of 3 categories: theme, mechanics, and player interaction. The most complex game, but simplest example, is Dungeons & Dragons. The DM plops you and your companions into a vast world, unknowns around each corner, and provides flavor to fill in details. They ask you one simple question: what would you like to do? And it's up to you to decide the direction of the story. The best part is, even though that you decided to have 4 pints do a triple backflip off the 2nd story of the bar balcony with a dexterity of 9 and disadvantage on the roll, nobody actually knows what's going to happen. Predictably, and as expected, you roll the dice and it doesn't go well. You end up breaking your leg and get you and your companions kicked out of the bar, all right before you track down the lead you came looking for. Rolling the dice is the mechanic that creates small moments, allowing players to wager potential outcomes of the decisions, all which drive the story forward. You sit slumped on the grass outside as your companions begin to argue about Plan B. Did you make a Plan B? And whose job was it to make Plan B? From here, the process repeats itself. Get information, wager a decision, and live with the outcomes. Each step creates a more complex narrative, building to a heroic victory or an epic defeat, both of which create great stories. Theme is the flavor text that sets the stage for players to interact with the game. Mechanics like dice rolls and card drafting are the decisions that players make, writing each line. Player interaction is the glue that connects each chapter, weaving a story that you want to share again. All 3 combined create a recipe for success. The good news is that it's easy to qualify. You can literally see it on players' faces. Great stories are written in a way to make you feel something. So did you or did you not? And great games do the same. Let's rewind and talk about the story at the beginning of this video. That story is the theme for my game that I've been working on for the past year. In my upcoming videos, we'll be exploring the types of systems and mechanics I use to make you feel a certain way, and how you can implement similar mechanics to drive your game forward. You are the king or queen. Your castle is under siege. You have 24 hours to survive, and the only way to win may cost you everything you have.